Hello, my name is Shivan Shukla, and then I'll be giving demo for Hello World to ChatGPT for Lab 6, and I am from Team Sagittarius. So, looking at the code, we have this ChatGPT underscore loop query .py file, and we have also an .env file, which has my OpenAI API key, which is accessed through this command right here, and then a .git ignore file to ignore this file when I want to upload stuff on GitHub. So we're importing OS, OpenAI, and then from .env we're importing load.env or load.env, and then we're running that function here. After that, we are giving the API key from here, os.get environment, which looks at this and takes the API key from there. And then then we have another function here to generate the response from depending on whatever prompt is given. And for that, we're using the text DaVinci 003 model. And there's multiple models actually that I could use, which are given on this website right here. So I will change later the code so it runs this for coding specific engine. But for now, we'll keep text DaVinci 003. And then we have prompt equals fstring prompt, which is just this prompt. And then we're doing completions equals openai.completion.create, which pretty much creates the results that we might need. And then we're giving the engine what the prompt is, max tokens, which is pretty much the length of the answer. So it limits the length of the response generated by the model. So right now I have specified 150 tokens. If I make it 50, the response will be much shorter. And if I make it 1,000, for example, the response will be super long. Um, and then n equals 3 is it just determines how many completions or responses to generate. In this case, I have it set it up as 3, but I will change it to 1 because I don't want to use my tokens. And stop parameter pretty much uh, I yeah, stop parameter just specifies a stopping condition in the script. So 4 is used as a stop token, which means generated completions will stop after 4 tokens when the model encounters token number 4, actually. Um, Besides that, we have temperature, which is the randomness of the answer. So if the number is 0.8, 0.9, or even more than that, the answer would be super random. And if the number is much smaller, like 0.2, I have here, the answer would be much more sophisticated, for example, with a low level of randomness. And then we have message here, which we're just taking from completions object. And then we're doing completions.choices, the first choice, and then that text. And then we're returning the message by stripping it. Then we have while true here, which runs indefinitely, and where prompt is right here. And this prompt goes into this right here. Response equals whatever the prompt is will go in here. Response will be whatever the message is returning from the API. And then if we type in quit me, the loop breaks and the program stops running. So pretty much I will put stop condition as none for now because I don't want it to stop at any number of token. And this is 150, so let's run this just to see. And then it runs. And then I can type in a question. Let's say write me a poem about EVs, maybe. And then it takes a while. And then it writes me a poem. So electric vehicles, they are the way to reduce emissions and save the day. No more gas, no more oil, just plug them in and they'll boil. And this is pretty long as you can see because I have max tokens as 150. But if I put 50 tokens instead of 150, or let's even do just 10 tokens, which is super small, and then I'll quit this, rerun it, and then I'll say the same thing. Write me about there, and then that's it. That's electric vehicles. They are the way because I have the number of tokens super less. It can't it can't push past that level or those amounts, those numbers of tokens. So I'll just do 50 for now, which is a decent number, not too high, not too low. And then temperature, I will set it as 1.2, for example. I think it can be between 1 and 2, so I'll do 1.2, and then I'll rerun. And then now if I write me a poem about EVs, and it's a short poem, as you said, as you can see, because we are only using 50 tokens. And then it is super random because, well, yeah. So just one ride in an EV car is like taking a trip from afar with no exhaust and no toxins. And if I quit this and change this to zero point 0.1, which is super sophisticated, I haven't changed anything else, and I'll rerun this code with the same prompt, write me a poem about these. And then it writes me another poem. But this is way different than the previous one, as you can see. So electric vehicles, they are the way to reduce our carbon footprint today. Yeah, so it just adds just some amount of randomness to the answer, um, pretty much that it gives. Um, Instead of using Text DaVinci 003, I will now use this model and let's see how the answers change or if it helps for coding specific tasks. I'll keep the same prompt because a prompt I'm just changing here. I can change this to say anything else. I can say enter a coding question instead of enter your question. Actually, let's just do that. Enter a coding related question or type quit to, yeah, quit. And then we'll make it zero point 0.8, I guess, which is not super random, but not super sophisticated either. And prompt is this, and then model engine I'm changing to Code DaVinci. Max tokens are, let me do 100, and then just one output, stop none, and then temperature is this, and then we run this code. And then it says enter a coding related question, and then I'll ask it to uh, write Python code that adds two numbers together and subtracts one from it, I guess. Code does not exist or okay, so wait, okay. Let me try a different model because I don't have access to this one. I can maybe use one of the this one. Let's see. Let's try using this model instead. Um, okay, rerun it, or I will clear that and I will rerun it. And it says enter a coding related question or type quit me to quit. So I will write the same question, write me Python code to add two nums together and subtract one from it. Okay, so This is not a coding specific model. That's why it's giving me a super weird answer. So store both in a new file and read them from the same function. And then Python script creates a virtual environment and need to make a Python script. So yeah, this model is not the best model to look at. Let's see, capable, text query, lower code, were faster and capable. We can try this one. I think the other model that I was using before is only for maybe GPT Plus users. I don't pay for that, so I I think that might be the reason. Not too sure, but let's try with the text query and see what we get. Enter a coding related question. Sure. Just add two numbers together. Add two. Oh, okay. This is okay. So this is even worse than the one, or about the same, I would say, before. So 30 and 34 equals 36, which makes no sense, but yeah. Um, but pretty much, let me just go back to the model that I was using before, which I think is this one, TextDomainG.003. And then I will put the change the model back to what the original model was. Now I can rerun it, and it says enter a coding related task, so I'll just say just add two nums in Python. Oh, okay, this model works way better um, for coding related tasks, surprisingly. But anyways, that is pretty much the end of my demo. Just going over the basic stuff is just if we change the engine, the type of response we get changes, and we can change the prompt as well. So I changed it here, and then I can give it a max token. So the max output, the max length of the output, pretty much, and then n equals one is the amount of responses it can generate, and then we're stopping at no tokens, but I can give it a number of token to stop at, for example. And finally, the temperature is just the randomness of the answer. And that will be the end of my demo. Thank you.